Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. Truth. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
That's better. What up, people? How you doing? It's your man, Tim Black. Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you so much for hanging in there, for being a part of what we're doing, man. This is it. I'm trying to tell you, trying to get the phone lines, making sure they're all cranked up, making sure I got my Facebook people in the house. What's up, Facebook? All right. Facebook's here. They're here. They said, I'm here, Tim Black. Where have you been, Tim Black? Shout out to my people on YouTube. How you doing, YouTube? How you guys been? You guys all right? You good? Everybody getting through the week okay? Nobody hurt nobody this week? Things okay? Nobody hurt you this week? All right. I just want everybody to just calm down a little bit, man. People are just losing their minds, man, and I'm really concerned about everyone. Man, there's just so much going on in this politics and what's happening, and people are just, I feel you, though. I understand that you got frustrations. But we can't just be, beating each other up so badly that, heck, man, if friends beat each other up like this, hey, who needs enemies? Come on, people. Come on now. Right, we becoming our own, our own worst enemy. Hey, goodness gracious. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my Patreons out there. You guys know who you are. I sent you a special message on Patreon. Facebook people, YouTube people, sent you a special message. Go check it out. It's important that you get that because you get the VIP treatment for everything that you do. I got something for you. Come on now. Drug of Choice is an inspiring book. It's the true story of a one-armed criminal who mastered love and made millions, to be posted on Twitter and on Facebook. If a millionaire told you that he found success after being hit by a train, going to prison, dealing drugs, and forgetting friends, would you follow his footsteps? I met an amazing person by the name of Mark Sustrin, and Mark told me about his story. I'm going to have Mark come on the show at some point. He's got a 99-cent Kindle download. He's a friend of the show. He's helping make this show possible. And I said, you know what? My people like inspiring stories. In fact, I think my audience needs an inspiring story right about now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link. It's only 99 cents. It's a great book. The reviews are outstanding. I didn't write them. He didn't write them. Other people wrote them. So if you support this show, I would like you to support Mark as well. A lot of underdog stories are out there. You guys probably got a couple of underdog stories in your life that you could write about. Maybe you should think about doing that. That's what Mark did. Let's give it up for Mark, and let me post that link here on YouTube for my people. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Just for my YouTube people, my Facebook people. It's on my Facebook page. If you're on my Facebook, it's a post I should have on Facebook for you. You know what? I also, Twitter people, go check it out. And the same opportunity goes to anyone who's a friend of the show, anyone who's a Patreon member, a VIP, a member of the Wolf Pack. If you have a story to tell, if you have something that you put your heart and soul in, and you wanna share it with the community, man, I'll be more than happy to do that. Email me at Tim at TimBlackTV.com. How about that? All right, so here's the link. And I'm going to throw this in my chat for my people. In the chat. Here we go. Also, people are not getting enough love that they should be getting for contributing to this show via Snapchat. Or, what's that, Snapchat? No, Snapcash? What is this thing called? I don't even know the name of the thing. When people give money while the show is live, I want to thank you very much for doing that. I never knew how that was going to go. That's a YouTube thing that they implemented, a way that you can support shows that you care about. And I'm glad to know that you guys care about this show enough to get to this show, that you do that. So thank you so much for all that you do. If you got something you want the community to see, or if you just want to show me some love, go ahead and use that function. It's there. It's got a $ by it. I appreciate you. And let's get into some stuff, because this first story is going to be heavy, guys. All right? All right? Story's going to be heavy. I'm going to go right to it because I have two stories I want to talk about. One is we can have a conversation about this one. This ain't going to be a conversation. This is going to be more like a verbal beatdown. Cold storage. Trailers are used to house bodies after drug deaths fill morgue in Ohio. You gotta let that sink in for a minute, because I think when people do, I do commentary on news events. I'm not a newsman per se. I think about it when I read it, and I think about it after I read it. And let me reread that to make sure you had a chance to digest that. Cold storage trailers used to house bodies after drug deaths filled the morgues in Ohio. That's it, If I had a live audience and I said that, they'd be gasping. I don't have a gas button. I need to get a gas button. Iron Man Oz, we need one of those. It's new testimony to the opiate addiction plague that has been ravaging Ohio. A 20-foot-long air-conditioned trailer with room for 18 bodies. The Stark County coroner in Canton had a cold storage mass casualty trailer trucked in on Saturday because the morgue was overflowing with bodies. Nearly half of them victims of drug overdoses. The facility in the county jail complex on Atlantic Boulevard holds a dozen bodies. Stark County investigator Rick Waters told NBC News. 4 more arrived unexpectedly at the close of business on Friday. It wasn't just suspected drug overdoses, he said. There were several traffic fatalities. Our problems were multifaceted. But drug overdoses, Waters said, is clearly a problem. We're up 20% this year, he said. Our suicide rate is also up. The drug problem is costing us a significant amount of money. We're spending 5 digits every month on toxicology tests. It's not over. Another Ohio coroner out of space because of drug overdoses. Such temporary morgue arrangements also have been used in Ashtabula, Cuyahoga, and Summit counties in northeast Ohio. The coroner in Dayton has said his office sought help from a local funeral home to store bodies amid an increase in overdose deaths. A spokesman said the Ohio Department of Health has several cooling units that local agencies can request to use. Remember when we talked about West Virginia and we talked about the rapid increase of the number of deaths via opiate addiction, opiate overdose? We talked about that last week. It was a riveting show. People wrote me. They took time out their day to tell me how that show affected them, how they appreciated it, and how it moved them. Well, you know what? it's not moving us enough because we're not having an impact on the powers that be to do something about what's happening. And I know there's going to be people out there who say, Tim, what were they doing when we had crack ravaging the neighborhoods? It was destroying lives as well. And all I can tell you is when crack was destroying neighborhoods, I was a teen and I didn't have this show. But if you best believe, if I was who I am now, when that happened, I'd be talking about it. So you can't hold anyone accountable for what was done in the past when I was unable to do and you were unable to say anything. But just because the government allowed that to happen, not just allowed it to happen, hell, made it happen by shipping that crap into neighborhoods to fuel the Contras or fund the Contras, that doesn't make an excuse for me or you not to recognize what's going on right now. We must address this. So back to Ohio. What we have right now in Ohio, and not just Ohio, West Virginia, there are other places this is happening. We have people dying because people want to make money. We have people dying because corporations decided this is the way to go for us to capitalize on death. And that's really all this is. As you can hear, if the morgues are full, who are they full with? They're full with poor people, right? They're not gonna be. Hey, come on, man. If you're a person of means, you put your child or your husband or your daughter or whoever it is into a facility to get them treatment. But if you are poor, your only treatment is jail or death, or get lucky. Jail, death, get lucky. And what's happening is a lot of people are not getting lucky. How many people here have lost people to drug addiction, drug overdose? I'm sure there's many. Hell, I lost my dad. He came back from Vietnam. His brain all screwed up. They didn't give him nothing. There was no PTSD. He got hooked on drugs in Vietnam. Nothing for him, man. Nothing for him at all. I didn't even know the man. Met him twice. Mother said he was on that stuff, baby, and you didn't need to be around him. We got divorced. She remarried when I was like 2. That's my story. Luckily, I do these shows. People found me and said, hey, Tim, you somebody's son, you Anna's son? I said, yeah. They said, I was your father's brother. I was your father's cousin. I was this, I was that. Hey, what you mean was? I said, he died, man. He died. So that was it. That's how I met my father. So not to go into that story, but just let you know, this is personal to me because I've been personally affected. He struggled with drug addiction his entire life until his death, a premature death at 62. I just saw Rockefeller. He just died at 101, wasn't it? Wasn't he 101? See what money gets you? Money gets you good, don't it? So back to this. What my point is, our drug problem in the United States is a manufactured problem because very few Americans grow drugs. Now, I know you got meth labs, you got that going on. But this is a whole new set of problems. This is a whole new type of drug. These opiates, these drugs that are prescription-based drugs, this is all fueled by an economy that wants people to spend money. And there's no better. Like, what's the best product in the world for the government or for a corporation to sell? Something that you can't refuse. You can't refuse buying it. You gotta have it. If your body is demanding this thing, you're gonna find a way to make money, to get the money to supply that, to fill that need, to fill that urge. And that's what these drugs are. So what's going on in West Virginia, what's going on in Ohio is an indictment of all our policies. It's really an indictment on the way we operate, where pharmacies make money when that shouldn't even be an industry where you make money. I don't understand. For the life of me, I can't understand why healthcare is a for-profit business. No one should go into medicine to make money. No one should open a hospital to make money. No one should fix your broken leg to make money. It just goes against the entire reason for doing that type of business. But we know it's America. We just buy into the system. That's the way it is. That's what it is. You know, we a capitalist society, so we got to capitalize off everybody in a capitalist society. We got to make you pay if you're sick. If you are a doctor or therapist or anyone in the health profession and you wouldn't do your job unless you were paid, then you ain't really worth shit. That's what I think. Because there's some professions where money shouldn't even be an issue. So if you're offended by what I said about that, well, screw you. You're part of the problem. But besides mourning the death of these people, who I'm sure not a single one of them said, ooh, I know what I want to be when I grow up, dead from drugs prescriptions. I'm sure none of them said that, but when they portray it on TV, they like to portray it that way. You know, because, you know, we want you to feel bad about this society we have where we just capitalize off your death. We wouldn't want you to feel bad about that. It's got to be something wrong with those people. That's the problem. They should have known better than to take the prescription that was given them. They should have known better than that. How dare they follow their doctor's orders? Get what I'm saying? You get it? But the thing that's really staggering about this, and is really something to really ponder for a moment, guys, is that why isn't this being discussed everywhere? Like, everywhere. Why isn't this topic being broached on every news network available? If we have people, you know what I'm saying? If we have people dying in such numbers in Ohio that they can't even put them in cold storage, they got to bring a van. They don't even have room for all the dead people. If that's the case, isn't this like a national emergency for real? Like, wouldn't that garner a breaking news? Hello? This is Wolf Blitzer? Wolf Blitzer here? You know? Wouldn't that like wouldn't that give like I don't know, news commentators, pundits, journalists, wouldn't that give them an incentive to Rachel Maddow? Well, folks, you know, this thing is going on, and then you have to look at this and then look at that, and then, you know, but hold a second, and then she'll break down the entire death spiral. Maybe she did, maybe they have, I don't know. But that should be going on everywhere you look. But instead, they talking about Russia. They talking about what Trump said on Twitter. They're talking about what the FBI director said but didn't say, and said, well, I can't say. I'm here to talk about stuff I can't talk about, but I've been given permission to talk about it. Well, what's this? I can't talk about it. Well, what's this? I can't answer that. Well, what's this? I don't know. Let me give them a little bit of love and give you a little bit of love. Give you a little bit of love and you a little. This is what our focus is on. And hey, look, and be damned if you don't agree with this side, because if you don't agree with this side, then you are not a patriot, you're not American, you're a Russian Scrooge, you're a tool for the Kremlin, and if you believe in this side, oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a racist, you got problems, it's just. Meanwhile, while all that's going on, look at this, throw it in the air, catch it, do this, spin it around. Look at this, it's a dancing panda. While all you doing all that, look, it's a guy eating flames. Look at him eat the flames. Look at the dancing gorilla. Look at the seal can play. Look, he's playing a banjo, a seal playing a banjo. Look at that cat breakdancing. Bam, 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 bam. God, I didn't know a squirrel could do the Running Man. And while you're watching all that, you're watching squirrels do the Running Man. You're looking at, I don't know, you're looking at all this crap. Martha Stewart doing the dab. All this circus going on. We got bodies in these small towns stacked up. That's what's going on while you're looking at all that other stuff. And every once in a while, I just try to cut through the noise of it all. I mean, I can't do it all the time because if I do it all the time, most people don't want to even look at it. You know, they don't want to look at that. They don't want to hear truth stuff. They want to hear what's the flashy stuff you can talk about, Tim. I mean, that's the only way I keep the show going. Sometimes I wonder if it's the chicken before the egg, or the egg before the chicken. Sometimes I wonder, you know. But I want to believe that if you showed it to people, people would care. And if people cared enough, just like they went out and did a Million Woman March because they didn't like Trump, and he's gonna bring back chastity belts and take away a woman's right to use the bathroom or whatever, that, well, heck, this issue really will get them because this actually does have bodies behind it. So we should be able to get a million people march. Shoot, if we can get a million women, we can get 2 million women and men and children and everyone together about this, right? Because like I said, we have so many bodies that we don't have room for them. That's got to take precedence over your pink panty hat, right? That's gotta make, you gotta make room for that. Like on your list of things to do, well, this guy said, we're gonna have to pay for our own stuff. That's horrible, right? That's horrible. That people can't get contraception or whatever, but we got bodies. We got so many bodies, we got nowhere to put them. I'm just trying to give people like some perspective on the crap we be tripping about. And I'm not saying the crap that we tripping about is not worth tripping about. What I'm saying is I got some other stuff, man. And this stuff is horrendous. Like, it makes our stuff that we talking about, that we worried about, nothing. Because if your family member, your cousin, your nephew, your sister, your mother, your father, or your child is one of these people in one of these trailers, nothing else I'm talking about matters. Nothing else we tweet about matters. And every once in a while, I just gotta reel people in, man. I gotta reel them into what's real. I gotta remind you. Because if not, you'll go crazy on the light stuff. When I got some heavy stuff for you to go crazy about. I mean, if you want to be down in the dumps about something, don't let it be Russia. Do you know people are writing me down in the dumps about Russia? Well, Tim Black, I believed in you. I trusted you until you kept on criticizing the Democrats about Russia. We need to do something about them. It's really bothering me, Tim Black, that you turn into this person that likes Russia. Like, dude, if that's bothering you enough to write a letter, this should have you writing a book. You should be like my friend Mark and write a book and put it on Kindle. Because this is death right here. Not pretend we looked at them, we exposed the DNC cheating. This is bodies. And the worst thing about it, it's not just people dying because they doing some type of crazy challenge. We're talking about an industry that is built on addicting you on purpose just to enrich itself. I can't think of a worse thing. And an industry that's so powerful, even people who know we got to do something about this is out of control, they are afraid to say something because they don't know if they're going to be able to run next year. Because nothing's more important than running next year. Wouldn't want to risk that. Might have to go get a job, or I'd have to actually do stuff. I might have to actually get up at 7 in the morning and work for 16 hours like Tim Black for, I don't know, 20 grand. Might have to lose my 6-figure job to do that, like Tim Black. And then listen to people ridicule you and talk crap about you because they disagree with your opinion. But it'll pay off one day. The point is not about me at all. The point is, I don't want to hear people talking about what they can lose when there are other people who gave that up a long time ago. People like Sherry Hunkala who gave it up a long time ago for what they believe in. I gave it up for what I believe in. What are you willing to do for people like this? Because this is what matters. So you can live for legacy or you can live for riches. Now, I understand you're trying to mix a little bit of being able to stay indoors in with your legacy portion of your life where you want to actually give back to people. I'm for that. And I will never begrudge people that. I'm not one of those people who say you shouldn't be able to make money. You should be able to make money. I want to make money, but never at the expense of things that matter. And this right here, folks, I want everybody tweeting about Ohio. I want us all to tweet about Ohio. I want to start seeing if we can get behind things that include everyone. There's white people, black people, Latino people, Native people, Asian people, disabled people, all genders of people, all orientations of people living in these places that are dying or are being touched by the death of this caused by these prescription drugs. So this should include everyone. This is a bipartisan. Look, death is bipartisan. It don't care where it go. It just go where it want to go, right? Isn't that a Richard Pryor joke? Death don't care where it go. Death go wherever it want to go. Right? So if we can't get behind issues like this, man, we probably can't get behind nothing. Like like they used to say when I was coming up, you some cut if you can't get behind this one. I'm going to have to do another video on this tomorrow because I know I'm just really feeling it. I want to give more information, less of my conversation. But this is what's going on in your world. While you're worrying about Russia, this is what's happening. Hey, I got one. Tim, stop talking about the Democrats. You know what? I don't know what the Republican Party going to do. I never had any faith in them. You know? Like, I've never voted Republican. Never. You know? Maybe I will one day now that I see that the Democrats, they just like playing people. They like HA and I were talking about, they like bringing up important issues only during election time. Only time they champion for issues. Here goes one, Democrats. Won't this be one of your issues to eradicate opiate addiction? Let's make that your issue. Let's make that an important issue. But, oh, that's right, opiate addicts don't vote. They die, so that's not a good strategy, Tim Black. How can we win 2020 if we worry about people that are dead, Tim Black? That's not a winning strategy. You've been hanging around those millennials too much. Aren't you Generation X? Well, exit out of my face, Tim Black, because you don't know how to give us good advice. So, just to segue a little bit, I can't make it the death show, but this show is this story is a good bookend for it. Experts slam surprise U.S. electronics ban on flights from Muslim-majority countries. Yeah, did you hear about this? Like they're saying that you can't bring an electronic device in if you come from certain places. Listen. Criticism abounded Tuesday after the U.S. government announced a surprise ban on electronics larger than a cell phone on flights from 8 Muslim-majority countries: Egypt, Jordan, Kuwait, Morocco, Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia is on this list. Everybody always says, where's Saudi Arabia? Where's Saudi Arabia? Well, finally got them. The UK is reportedly set to announce the same move Tuesday. Uh-oh. The UK is set to move this way. From a technological perspective, nothing's changed between the last dozen years and today. That is, there are no new technological breakthroughs that make this threat any more serious today. Bruce Schneier, a security technologist, told The Guardian. And there is certainly nothing technological that would limit this newfound threat to a handful of Middle Eastern airlines. That's the talking point. The 10 airports affected are Queen Allah International Airport, Cairo International, Ataturk International, King Abdulaziz International, King Khalid International, Kuwait International, Mohammed International, Hamad International, Dubai International, and Abu Dhabi International. Officials gave airlines 96 hours to comply with the restrictions or risk losing their authorization to operate in the U.S. Senior U.S. administration officials said late Monday that new restrictions were prompted by evaluating intelligence that terrorists were smuggling explosives and portable electronic devices, although they did not elaborate on what that meant. But observers said the new rules were illogical and potentially discriminatory. If you assume the attacker is interested in turning a laptop into a bomb, it would work just as well in the cargo hold, he said. If you're worried about hacking, a cell phone is a computer. Others noted that the government's basis for the new rules claiming security threats seems incongruous with its other recent travel restrictions. It is strange that this electronics ban is about security, but includes no countries in the Muslim ban, which was also about security, tweeted Adrian Mahasa, an editor at Think Progress. Okay. We'll keep that here in case we have to go back to it. Look. I don't got time to play around with you folks about terrorism. I won't do it. You know what? If I lose people, I lose them. So prepare to be butthurt if you are one of those people who doesn't like truth. This is just my opinion. I read you what they've said, which is just what they've said. Let me tell you something. If someone tells me there's a threat that intelligence is giving them, then all it requires is for people not to bring stuff because we want to take precautions. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you saying that. If you say there's a reason. My only thing is you better have a reason. You gotta have a reason. And if they say they have a reason, if you don't believe their reason, that's fine. But you can't go discrediting their reason. I wouldn't let you bring your dog in my house if you said your dog bite. Heck, you wouldn't be able to bring your dog in my house anyway, because I don't have dogs in my house. If I want a dog in the house, it'll be my dog until we get a dog from a shelter. I don't want your dog in my house. You get what I'm saying? My point is, I'm trying to make my point. My point is this. I like this, right? I don't have a problem. No, I'm not going to say I like it. I'll say I like the fact that he has a reason, that the government has a reason, that the UK has a reason. That's what I like. I don't like anybody being stopped bringing their electronics. Nobody said you couldn't bring your cousin, man. They said you couldn't bring your electronics, man. You don't need your electronics, man. And let's face it, a lot of these, people have this thing in their mind that there's always these poor people on these flights. Like, it's just a bunch of poor people who can't afford to do stuff, right? Like, they can't, like, oh no, what's going to happen to the poor people coming from Cairo? Let me tell you something. You know how much those tickets cost? Not everybody coming from these places are poor. Let's not get it twisted. They can leave their electronics at home, buy electronics when they get there for whatever they needed to do, upload that crap to the cloud, and then when they get back to Cairo or wherever they're going, download it back. It's not the end of the world. Or maybe you can just use your smartphone and take your pictures. I don't know. Rent something while where you're at, and then upload it to the cloud. That's why we got a cloud. And ain't nobody trying to hack you. You're not that important. You know what I'm saying? To be hacking into your cloud. So use the cloud. There you go. A perfect workaround. A perfect workaround. Now, if this order says you couldn't bring your cousin or your mother because we don't want women, or if it said don't bring black people because we don't like black people, and don't bring little Hadib because we don't like little Hadibs, or little guys named Hadib or whatever the hell, I'd have a problem with that. But this order says don't bring your electronics because we got some threats that say they're going to try to do something with electronics. Like I said, I'm fine with that. See, this is where liberalism goes off the rails to me. And yeah, I know, Tim. You had to be sensitive. No, you don't. No. Not when it comes to stuff like this. I don't have to make tough decisions that cause people's lives. But if I did, you know what I would do every time? I'd err on the side of people not dying. Because when something goes wrong, nobody wants to hear, oh, Tim, hey, man, I know you tried, man. I tried. I tried not to have your whole family, killed by terrorism. I tried, but I didn't really want to, inconvenience anyone for a couple of seconds. I just couldn't bring myself to tell people that they couldn't do what they wanted to do for a minute while we figured what's going on. But see, I'm not an elected official. I gotta, I have a radio host. I'm a disc jockey. Hey, folks, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Smoother, smoother, smoother we flow. It's your brother from another mother, bringing it to you undercover, right here, down here from up under. We're keeping it rolling and flowing and going. You know how we get down, son. You know how we get down. You know what's real here on the airways today. That's not an elected position. So I could just tell you to your virtual face. Anyone complaining about this, you need to start looking at them with the side eye and say, hey, you know what? Maybe they're just a little bit too much on that kick about we need to be upset about stuff. Muslim ban, I get that. That's discriminatory. It is. You know what else is discriminatory? Me crossing the street when I see a black dude with a hoodie over his head at 4 o'clock in the morning looking at me funny. That's discriminatory. Maybe he just wants to give me a handshake. I don't know. But I'm telling you, see, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing on all that stuff. And this is going to be one of those videos that either people are going to really love or they're going to really hate. I'm going to tell you something. I find myself often when I look at this stuff, this is why I don't call myself a progressive or conservative or anything. I had to change the name of my channel because I'm like, I like some of the ideals, but I don't agree with everything. Because I had to discriminate all the time. Only reason why I lived to be over 40 is that I discriminated. That's it. Because I grew up in the hood where people died for nothing. If you didn't discriminate based on looks or based on something, you be in trouble. But there's this whole world out there where people get offended if you even say that. They get offended by it. They want you to conform to their reality, and they didn't grow up anything like you. So what the heck? Stop trying to fit in with people. Speak your truth and live your truth. My truth is, I don't have a problem with them saying you can't bring devices. I don't care what country. They can say, don't bring devices from anywhere. But they had to target this region for a reason. I mean, it's got to be a reason. Like, the intelligence has to be coming from these countries, or they wouldn't do it, I don't think, because there's got to be at least some people who will say, hey, I'm not going, which hurts the industry. And one thing they love more than anything else, even discriminating, even racially hating, even hating on orientation or hating on anything. If we ain't learned nothing else, we learn one thing, and what's that? We learned that they love more than all the hate they have in their hearts, if they have it. I'm not even sure they do, but I'm saying even if they do, they love money. And if this costs them money, they wouldn't do it, no matter how much they dislike you. You get what I'm saying? Now, they'll overcharge you like they do black folks to live decent places when they hack up their interest rates on black folks. But they let you move in because they're charging that extra interest rate. I'm just keeping it real with you bubble living people. This is what goes on. But they don't turn down your money. They may turn you down for a job if you got a black sounding name, but they're not going to turn down your money. They'll let you pay 3 times more than the white guy sitting next to you if you really want it that bad. So the same thing goes for this. I just use the same logic. That's all. I use the same logic. And I say, there's no way they would turn down airfare from people, because there's got to be, once again, some people who won't fly because they can't bring their, I don't know, the Canon D3000 or whatever, right? Some people won't go. They would not make this announcement unless they had to. That's just what I believe, because they love money too much. They love money so much, we got trailers. We got portable morgues in Ohio. We love money so much that we'd rather have portable trailers full of bodies than to cut down on prescriptions to these painkillers. If that don't show you that, what will? I mean, that's how I look at it. That's enough for me today. I hope that let's continue the conversation. I really hope these phone lines are working. The phone number is 319-527-6212. 319-527-6212. I'm about to find out real quick. 971, could you hear the show?
Yeah, I was hearing you really clearly. Got a little bit choppy a few minutes ago on my end.
Okay, cool, man. Well, did you have a comment about tonight's show, or just something on your mind?
Well, I was really liking it when I was able to tune in about 620, 625. From then on, I was, from what I heard, I was really appreciating everything you had to say, and I guess what occurred to me about everything that you were saying is just that something separates you from the rest, man, and you just I don't know, but I just enjoy it more than I could enjoy. I enjoy listening to this perspective that you're offering, and I guess the candidness and the to the pointness, and also I appreciated you by saying that, you know, doctors and things should be doing the job because they want to make a difference and they want to help people. I guess I don't know why I felt like that was also controversial to say something like brave, but I guess somehow, like you said, everything's just kind of money, and so you know, and it's I guess you were saying that just now, and you were also saying that sort of back then it's America, and we buy into the whole package and whatnot, and I guess it depresses me whenever science itself or medical research gets stinted by companies' interests in things, and at some point you would think that it would get to a point to where maybe government does have to like have some kind of like fairness or something oversight, transparency, things like that. Regulations are everything, incentives. But I was just gonna say something about that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kind of slipping my mind right now, but yeah. Anyway, I think that that's what it was. Is that I think a lot of it comes back to sincerity, and I just feel like we have a society that doesn't ever think in sincere terms or anything. You know, we don't want to really analyze things. Sometimes we just like a superficial version. And kind of with the media story and narrative of the last election and all these things, I would love to, in some sense, just fall back and be a Democrat, but I just know too much. I've paid too much attention, Tim. We paid too much attention. It's really almost impossible to be a Democrat. And you see how just, I don't know. And it's sad because we used to have the majority of, like, I guess, all the hippies and all the intellectuals and a lot of minorities and you name it, online communities. A lot of people just seem to be Democrat, liberal leaning. And now you just know that that's all gone. And one last thing is that if we can get rid of the Democrats and find a new viable third party, we might be able to get rid of we definitely will get rid of the super delegates as well. But that's my time. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the phone call. Give it up for my caller, man. That was excellent. I want to tell you, man, that what am I supposed to do? You know, what are you supposed to do? YouTube, Facebook, what are you supposed to do? You didn't ask for your election to be rigged. You didn't ask for that. You did not ask for your election to be rigged. You didn't ask for the only candidate in the last 30 years or so that's talking about issues that really matter to everyone. Not just flowery speeches. Actually has policies. Big, bold policies. That was a shining light, man. Forget Obama shining light on the hill, man. That was the shining light, right? Or was it Reagan? Who said the shining light on the hill? But we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask to be in the position that we're in. Now you got all these people that realize that this is not what it was cracked up to be. You start finding out more and finding out more. And I hate to use the term victim, but we are a victim in a certain sense, man. We're a victim. You don't go up to a person who has been sexually molested or person who has been beaten and say, why you act that way? Why you feel that way? How dare you be offended? Why are you complaining about this? You would never ask them that. Why are you complaining about your attack? I didn't attack them. I got attacked. There are many of us who feel that way. We feel like we've been the ones who've been attacked. They attacked our values. They attacked our ethics. They attacked our hopes, man. That's what they did to us. How dare they question how we react to it? How dare you have a problem with the way we voice our issues with the negativity that has been directed towards us? I'm going to go to the next call. 501, you're live on Tim Black at Night. How you doing?
Did you say 501?
Yeah, I said 501. How you doing?
Hey, fine, Tim Black. It's Ellen.
What's up? Hey, Ellen.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey,
how are you?
How's it going?
Good, lady.
Well, there's so many topics to talk about. I don't even know where to start.
Well, I gave you two of them tonight. One was about the prescription overdose that's occurring in Ohio so badly that they have trailers. They can't even use the morgue because the morgues are full.
Yeah.
And we talked about
That's
the
awful.
electronics ban, which has to do with, terrorism. It has to do with the Muslim ban. It has to do with all that. So, that's where we are. But those are big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, something that just passed, I was reading on Facebook when I was following you, is that they passed that thing where it's now legal to shoot wolves and grizzly bears now that are hibernating and stuff. I just think that's the most awful thing. Have you heard about this new law now that's
No.
legal to pass?
Why? Why,
Yeah,
Ellen? Why do they do that?
It's now legal. If a bear is hibernating, it's now legal to go in their den and shoot them and kill them. I mean, it's just atrocious. They just passed it tonight in the Senate, 51-47. And also wolves, like these wolves that are almost extinct, the red wolf. You can, there's only I think 30 red wolves left in the world. And anyway, they've passed it where you can now shoot them and kill them. It's just so tragic that, they've made it legal to shoot, hibernating bears. I just can't believe our Congress now. I mean, passing these laws and stuff. It's just a travesty.
It's crazy, Ellen. I never, thank you for informing me. I don't understand why they do that. Like, what's the point? Why would they need to pass a law to shoot animals in their sleep? I don't get it, man.
Well, all these hunters, they want trophies on their walls. They want to put wolves on their walls, so instead of, and bears, instead of hunting them and, which is gross anyway, but, they want to go and catch them when they're sleeping instead of hunting them like a real man or woman would. They want to go shoot them when they're asleep and put them on their walls. I mean, it's just so nasty, But our Congress has now passed a law where it's okay. I mean, how low can you go that they're okay with this? There's no, there's just no morals in our Congress anymore. That's what it's come down to. There's no morals in our Congress anymore. These people, these men and women in Congress are supposed to have morals and be upstanding citizens, and then they pass a law like this, that it's okay to go into a bear's den while they're entering, to go hibernate, to shoot them dead. I mean, it's just atrocious. It floors me. It just makes me so sad. I just want to cry. to think these mother bears and their cubs are going into a den to go hibernate, and hunters can sit outside their dens now and shoot them dead. What in the world is this country coming to? It's just the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Well, look, Ellen, that's horrible, but I'm glad you shared it with us so that the people know and people listening, at least they're aware of the crap that's going on. Thank you so much for the call, Ellen. I appreciate you, sister. And look.
Okay.
Thank you, babe. Give it up for Ellen. Sharing that information with us. You know, that's one of those stories that's like, you probably don't want to know it because there's nothing you could do about it. But you know there's something you can do about it. You can complain about that to the Congress, whoever passed it. You know, while she was talking about it, I was thinking, like, do I care about bears? Do I care about wolves? I guess I do. I don't even think about them. I care about anything that's living. Like, why not let it live? What's the problem? Like I know sometimes people talk about deer season and deer's overpopulating. They just be like, hey, I'm going outside. I'm just going to walk in the highway. See if I can take out a couple Subarus. You know, I heard they're built tough. So let me see if I can do something about that. So I know that at least they have a reason. Like, you know, we got to have deer season because deer are just, they're just out in the street. They're in the classrooms. So even if you disagree with it, at least they got a reason that you can go, okay, well, you know, can't you come up with another way? They're like, no, we need bullets. We got to shoot them. But with this right here, I'm like, I don't see a reason like that makes sense. And not only that, even if you don't care about bears or wolves, here's the thing that was going through my mind. I didn't want to say it when Ellen was on the phone because I didn't want to disrespect her. But I'm thinking, on another level, how much money was spent to pass this legislation? Like, just on that alone, like, we're not spending money to pass legislation through Congress on freaking you shooting a bear in its sleep. We don't have that type of time. We don't have that type of money. We're broke, remember? We don't have that type of money. Not only are we broke, we're in debt, okay? We're in debt. We don't have the type of time, money, nor resources to focus on if you should be able to shoot them. Keep shooting them the way you've been shooting them. Be glad we let you shoot them. Because you don't own the earth, man. So be glad we let you shoot them. Keep doing what you've been doing. What you do last year, we'll do that again this year, Skeeter. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't have the money, resources to be dealing with this right now. To be dealing with it at all. So just on that level, the fact that they had time. Well, what's on our docket? Well, we got some water issues out here we need to take care of. We got some bad water over here. We need to get someone out there to do some excavation or analyzation on the water contamination. We get that done, and we'll see if we got enough time for that. We got resources for that, Bob? Yeah, we got resources for it. Okay. Over here, we've got a lot of rape victims complaining about these police raping people. Oh, get into that. Got to get into that. And, we need to decide if people should be able to shoot bears in their caves. Let's move that one to the top, man. That's something we got to get right on that. Forget the rape victims. Forget that. You know, forget the dirty water that's killing people. Forget that. Let's get these bears taken care of that's sleeping. Yeah, we got to do something with that. And heck, we only got 30 of these wolves left. That's 30 too many. We gotta make a new law so we can kill them while they're taking a sleep, taking a nap. Gotta, wake them up with a bullet. It's just idiotic. And that's why, as bad as people feel about, the media, people, as much as people dislike media right now, people dislike politicians even more because of crap like this. Always focusing on the crap we don't want them to focus on, and not focusing on the crap we want them to focus on. Like, no one wants you focusing on this. Okay, and they don't want me talking about it either. Like, Tim, move on, Tim Black. All right, I'm going to try. It just seems so crazy, man. Like, not only is it heartless, it's like, what? 205, you're live until Black Freedom Tuesday. Truthful Tuesday. Who's this?
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
It's Stephanie from Tennessee.
Stephanie, what's going on, my sister?
Well, I'm getting some work done for the thing I messaged you about before. It's running a little late, but I'll email you about that soon.
Okay.
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Man, I'm listening to the wolves getting shot and the bears getting shot in their
I
caves.
know,
Kind
it's
of.
like, that's a depressing phone call, but, I mean, it's good that she brought it up. I just, I know there's been some problem with the wolves. I didn't know they were shooting bears while they were hibernating, though. That just seems like we are losing our humanity, it feels like, And I know, like, statistics say otherwise. I guess it's just, with all the interconnectivity on the internet, it feels like it's all falling apart sometimes. But yeah, you brought up the Russia thing before, and I want to go back with what I had said the last time I called on Freedom Friday, and I was like kind of poking fun at KJ. Like obviously there's no the thing about Russia being connected to WikiLeaks in any way. Even James Comey, who was not answering a lot of questions, like he was no comment on pretty much everything, had to admit that there was no direct link with WikiLeaks. But that opens up this whole other, like Pandora's box, is why I am wondering the FBI can't insist that they check the DNC server when they're making these claims. Like they are making some pretty bold claims, saying like, we know it was Russia, we are highly confident. The CIA, yeah, I mean, it's like who holds the CIA responsible if the FBI can't insist on evidence for their claims? Like they should, or because they're like, oh, we gave it to this third-party CrowdStrike. Like, who the hell is CrowdStrike? Why do they matter? Our FBI and CIA should be above that, but is the CIA above the FBI? Like, why can't the FBI? I mean, they're like our police for the country, right? Like, I don't understand. They're the Federal Bureau of Investigation. How they can't be like, you let us look at those computers now, like that they can refuse them to look at them. I don't understand that. I don't know enough about it. If anybody else does, like why they can't insist on it or why Comey won't insist on it. But I found it interesting because it all seems like a farce to me. Because Trump is on Twitter complaining about Hillary doing more shady business with Russia than he has. But he didn't he didn't prosecute her. So it's like, what the hell are you complaining about? You let her off the hook. Like you can't say that, like, oh, well, look, you're letting Hillary go free. It's like, you let her go free. You're the president. You could have done something about it, I just, like, how dumb do they think that we are, Like, he's just like, oh, we're going to let her go because we won. It doesn't matter anymore. Really? Because it's like if I shoplifted and, like somebody goes like, oh, let her off the hook because, we like, I don't have a, comparison to it, but it's just
Right.
like, okay, let's say it was like taking office supplies, but then the person they wanted to be the boss got to be the boss and they're like, forget about it because I'm the boss now. It's going to be great. What? Like, it makes no sense to me. And then they say it to us like we're stupid, like, and then Julian Assange had posted a very specific tweet about how behind closed doors, he has information on them planning to impeach Trump, but to observe that they plan to impeach him and not prosecute him or arrest him or sue him or anything else. It's just plans to impeach him. And I joked before about how he was going to try to find a way out of there because he only wanted to make his business deals with Lee because he never intended to win in the first place. And then Hillary in those emails is saying like, oh, Pence is predictable and will be easy to defeat in 2020. It's like they screwed up and now they're trying to get it back where they wanted it, where Hillary's the president and they go to war with Russia. That's my crazy conspiracy theory. But I mean, you have to think about it. You have to look at it and go, what the F? Like, it doesn't make any sense that if, Hillary is as bad as Trump is trying to convince everyone she is on Twitter, he would have, prosecuted her, but he didn't. And she's getting away with everything. And then they have no evidence on him, but they won't go in the DNC servers. And it doesn't make any sense. It all seems like a joke. It's like Alice in Wonderland. That's all I wanted to say.
Give it up for Stephanie. Look, she is thinking of some stuff. And you've been thinking about this for a while, Stephanie. Thank you so much, sis. Talk to you soon. And Stephanie's a great artist, by the way, guys. And she got, you know what? Stephanie, I'm gonna put you on blast because I know I have that post, guys. I want to show you some of Stephanie's work. See, she posted this, and if I could find it, because I retweet a lot of stuff, and I know I tweeted this. This is like a retweet, though, wasn't it? But anyway, back to Stephanie, man. She's been thinking about this stuff for a while. You know, she didn't just think about it tonight when she called up. She like already had that kind of locked and loaded in her head. You know what I mean? Yeah, gosh, when I find this, Stephanie, you are lucky. Well, cause she did this photograph, and I don't want to describe it. I'd rather show it. Doggone it, daggone thing, Tim Black. It's here. The point is, like, we don't know what's going on. It makes you want to make up, I don't know, scenarios. You try to figure it out. You try to put pieces together, right? Did Trump want to be president? Like, I didn't think he did. You know, it's a job you gotta do 24/7, right? I thought he was a business guy, right? That's what I thought he was. That's not the same thing. You know, being a president is not, you're not going to just go in and strike a deal and sit down. You know, you got to deal with details. You got issues that you have to be concerned with. You got to care about the public to a greater extent than you probably ever did. I mean, Trump was used to getting media attention, right? But he could get the attention and then go sit down and go do whatever he wants to do. Now he gets attention and it's like stays. It stays until it goes bad. Because that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to go bad. It's going to go bad. You know, it's not going to stay positive. So he hasn't learned that part yet. And also, I mean, obviously the guy, look, he's going to Mar-a-Lago, or what's that place he goes to, Facebook? Where's the place that Trump keeps going? The getaway spot. He keeps going. Mar-a-Lago or something? He keeps chilling. He been on more vacation weekends than any other president, right? Like, at this point in their presidency, like, he's like getting out of there. I don't know, dude. It's like owning your own business is a lot more glamorous than it is when you actually do it. You know, like, I know that. Like, when I worked for someone and I had to, you know, we used to think owning your own business is great. Then you own your own business, you work like 3 times as hard as when you worked for someone else, and you make like a fifth of the amount of money, like not even half of what you used to make. It's like, you know, you sure you want to do this? So you got to really love what you're doing, because you could just, you know, go to work, go fishing on the weekend, go to work, you know, and then come home and watch TV, you know. I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning talking to Bon Kim about Bright Path Media, and talking to Anomaly about Bright Path Media, and talking to Michael Salomon about Bright Path Media, and just like, how can we create a platform that's truly independent? That's what we're doing. So I don't know how I got to that from that. Oh yeah, Trump. You know, you can get from anywhere to anywhere else using Trump. That's what the media does. That's what we could do. We could use Trump to get to any subject matter we want to get to. The phone number is 319-527-6212. After last Friday's fiasco with the freaking phone lines, things was just horrible, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to start taking phone calls on Tuesday. So I'm going to do my little monologue, and then we're going to go into phone calls. So just letting everybody know that's available now every Tuesday. And we used to do phone calls 4 days a week, like 5 days a week. But then people just call up and just shout the show out. It's like, okay. So I had to start cutting it back. It was annoying. Like, every other call was like, hey, man, I dance. Look at me. You know, and I was like, okay, we got to cut this out. You know, it was like people just abusing it. And building up their clip library of themselves on Tim Black Show. Like, you know, come on, man, get a mic and do a podcast. Why you? And who makes videos of them dancing, audios of themselves dancing? What is going? What's wrong with you, man? Can't even see the moves. You can hear my feet. Hey, Tim Black. Hey, guys, you got to lighten up, too. I told you some hard stuff, so I'm not going to leave you in the dumps tonight. All right? We're all victims of this crap that's been going on. No one asked our government to have people dying at the rate of we can't even keep the morgue open because it's bursting at the seams. Like, that's crazy talk. Like, we didn't ask for that. We didn't ask for rigged elections. We didn't ask for the little baby cubs to get shot in the den. And as Ellen talked, it just got worse and worse. First, I'm thinking of big scary grizzlies. Then she took it all the way down to little cubbies with their mother, going to tuck it in for the night, for the winter, and getting shot. So we ran the gamut here tonight. Yeah. On an upside, Dave Chappelle has a new special. I love Dave Chappelle, man. There was a couple points I was going to bring up. I forgot what they were, but they were good. They will come back to me at some point, and I'll do a video on them. Oh, this was it. While we were having these conversations about where the country is, what's going on in America, if you're from Australia, I had a lot of cool friends in Australia who hit the show up. Ireland, all over the country, frankly. I don't know if you saw the list of the happiest places to be, the happiest places to live. I don't know. America wasn't even in the top 10. Yeah, they weren't in the top 10. Nope, not even top 10 places to live. So when they were saying, let's make America great again, maybe they got a point. I mean, come on, man. If you're not even in the top 10, were we ever in the top 10? I know we fell one slot. I guess one way to make America great again is to shoot the bears, huh? Shoot the bears in the dens while they're sleeping. Make America great again. Tim, don't blame the bear deaths on Trump. I'm not. I don't know if he had anything to do with it. Well, look, guys, all I can tell you is that what we do going forward together, I think that what needs to happen is more independent media needs to be out there. These issues need to be covered. Somebody should be talking about the bears and the wolves. Somebody should be talking about the bears and the wolves in the Congress, right? Somebody needs to talk about that. Someone needs to talk about all these issues. Someone needs to talk about the opiate addiction. One guy can't do it alone. One woman can't do it alone. But a group can. Yeah, groups have done more. That's not a huge feat for us to cover stories that matter. It's not crazy talk. Cuckoo, crazy talk for us to imagine us actually talking to young people in Chicago and getting the real story. It's not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's what real journalists do. And more of them would do it too if they knew they had a platform that they could do it and somehow be able to eat and live indoors. Okay? So not everybody's a sellout. Some people just don't know a way to get the hell out. So we have to find a way to help them. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to build right now is a way to help people. Be able to be independent media. Be able to grow. Be able to get the voices out. So that's what's next on the agenda. But as for what's going on right now, I tell you.
You gonna eat your cornbread.
Some people are trying to eat your cornbread, man. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to eat your cornbread, whether it's killing the wolves, whether it's opiates, whether it's, I don't know, man, whether it's you can't bring your phone. You can bring your phone. Just don't bring nothing bigger than a phone. Listen, man, it's a scary time for people. And the government has always used fear to control people. They scared white people about black people, scared white people about Indians, scared white people about Muslims. Man, that government be manipulating white people, man. White people can't go nowhere, man, the way the government make you scared of everybody. People need to think about that. Make them scared about gays. They're going to rape, they're going to rape the kids. Just try to scare you about everyone and everything. So, but at the end, like now, it's like, I think the government's gotten to the point, America, the oligarchy, I don't know, you call them the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, right? I just think that the powers that be have gotten so greedy. They don't just want to eat one color people or one orientation people or one ethnicity. They want to eat everybody, man. They just want to eat off everybody. They want everybody cornbread now. So we have to wake up to that fact because cornbread is delicious. Especially your own cornbread. Cornbread is delicious, man. That's all you got in this world. You have your cornbread. You have what's important to you. You have your values, your ethics, the things you believe in.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
And you got to be adamant. You have to be adamant. You have to be firm. You have to be like, you know what? I'm not going to be afraid of everybody just because you want me to be. I'm going to think, though. I'm going to be thoughtful. I'm going to be aware of my surroundings. I'm going to be aware of my interactions. But I'm not going to be afraid of everyone. And I'm going to keep my cornbread. That's what I'm going to do. No one take my cornbread from me.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
But what happens is when you let your guard down, they throw a story at you like, oh my God, this woman got hit in the head by this guy in this place, and he happened to be Mexican. He just happened to be. It's like, oh, a lot more of those stories are popping up all of a sudden. All of a sudden. You would have thought there would never been a Mexican that committed a crime until now. Must be trying to pass a new law. So we got to wake up to stuff like that, because all they're trying to do really is take your cornbread. If we let them do that, if we let them scare us to the point where we don't trust nobody, we can't sleep, we're laying in the bed with our eyes open. I don't know if you ever slept with your eyes open. I wouldn't recommend it. Not a good way to get a comfortable sleep. Well, if we do that, that's what's going to happen. We're going to be walking around, sleepwalking, because we don't get enough sleep, because we're worried about all the things we can't change instead of focusing on the things we can change. And when that happens, folks, when we let our guard down to that point where we are overcome with fear, hate, division, that's what it results in. And at that point, guys, hell.
There's going to be consequences and repercussions.
There's going to be consequences and repercussions. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into the show tonight. I appreciate you for giving me your undivided or semi-divided attention. I appreciate it. Because I'm sure you got kids running around. You got the dog trying to get out. Something's going on. But I appreciate you being here tonight. If you value this content, go to TimBlackTV.com. You'll find a way to donate to this show, to keep this show on the road. It needs to be here. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say it. They don't have to drop a bunch of F-bombs to say it. They don't have to talk about all types of crazy stuff to say. They don't have to do all the over, right? They could just say the truth and have the guts to stand by it. That's what I try to do. I appreciate you. That's why I hashtag stay strong, stand tall. Now, if you're telling somebody the truth and they don't want to hear it, a lot of times they may start name calling. What they call an ad hominem attack. That's when they go personal. You talking about the issue, they want to make a personal swipe at you. I'm like, you know what, man? The Russian scare is a bunch of fantasy in order to cover up for the fact that Hillary lost the election. And their comeback would be something like, shut up, big nose. That's what you call an ad hominem attack. Also, an insult that a third grader would make. So when that happens, you realize that you're in a battle between ignorance, insanity, and you can't win that battle. You can't win it. Or, you just gotta get out. You don't sit there all day arguing with somebody, talking about your mama, talking about your mother dressed you funny, talking about your color, your weight, your height, you brought the Russians, you make the Russians possible, and you're the reason why Trump got elected, and you are a hateful person. Whatever they use on you, don't argue with them. Do what I do.
Let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here.
You sprinkle some facts on them and you get out of there. See you next time. Be here Thursday night. I'll be on YouTube tomorrow with lots of content coming because I got the best team in the house. I got Momo Pineno, my editor, my digital director, and I got my great folks here in the chat room moderating and doing their thing. That would be Iron Man Oz, Broken Carpenter, handling business, doing it all on the cheap. That means free because they appreciate this show, and I appreciate them so much. In the trenches, I got my man Justin, 64 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, Hey Hun, and 65 Impala, and I got it right this time, and I love you guys. Remember, TIM stands for Truth, Information, Motivation. And if you ain't got no truth, you definitely must not have no information, and I can't figure out how you're going to be motivated if you don't have those three things. So let's keep it moving, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And until then, what the hell? Sometimes you got to dance to keep from crying. All right.
Tim Black.
Thank you, Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, for tuning into this show. Go to TimBlackTV.com to find out all about the latest content that I'm releasing, and I release a lot. You guys are the best. Love you for subscribing to this podcast, and I'll see you later.
Tim Black.
Out.
I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.